listener, you have found NH Unscripted once again, where we are always 25 or 6 to 4. Please don't ask me what that means. I have no idea, and I grew up in the 70s. But I am your Chicago-like host, Ray Dudley, and we are coming to you from the YMCA-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. I can smell the chlorine from the pool all the way up here. Mother of God, break out those transistor radios. We have another record-breaking kind of show for you today. We are chatting a lot of things. If you fire up those transistor radios or your Sony Walkmans, you will find us at 1450 AM, 103.9 FM. Those are Concord-based. And for the beautiful people in Manchester, you'll find us at 101.9 FM. And yeah, we got a URL. Duh, because we're cool. That's where all the cool kids hang out. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. I'm going to talk some more about that later. Right now, I need to thank my sponsor, Lakes Region Fence. I was with Matt recently. Those people are busy. Lakes Region Fence, that's LRFence.com. You know what happens out there. You press the button, you get a free estimate. Matt comes out, he walks the perimeter with you, tells you what you need, tells you what you want, tells you everything about what you're going to get around your pool fence, around your property fence. And they are literally 4 to 6 weeks out work-wise. Busy. If you go out to LRFence.com, again, LRFence.com, there are reams of photos of the work they do out there, and it is exemplary. I love those guys. I love the work they do. I've been on their job sites. They do tremendous work, and they don't use that crappy stuff you find at the big box stores. Can I say that? I probably have to edit that out. Anyway, don't use that cheap stuff, and you know what I'm talking about. Stuff you got to replace every now and then. You know what? It's summertime. Dude, put a fence up around that pool. You know you gotta. Your spouse has been like hammering on you. Go do it. Break down, you son of a gun. You get a free freaking estimate. All right, LakesRegionFence.com. We love those guys. We really do. Matt and them, I appreciate all they do to sponsor us. Well. Guess what we're talking about today? We have the Franklin Footlight folks in here, and I think, is this the first time you've been on our show? Olivia? Yeah. Y'all can say yes. It's okay.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It is radio. I know y'all look great, but, it's radio. All right, I'm going to throw it all to you. What is happening up there? Why are you here?
Well, I'm here. My name's Derek. I'm here with one of my castmates, Vince. We're doing a lot
Derek.
of shows for a while, and right now we are in Spamalot, which is going up August 1st through the 4th at Hamilton Hall in Tilton, connected with the Tilton School area right up there, and it's 7:30. The 1st through the 3rd, right, at 7:30 there. And then also there is a 2:30 show on...
Are you asking me?
A 2 o'clock show? What are you asking? Yeah, on the 3rd and the 4th.
You might want to know the
2
date.
o'clock show. I know. I'm going to be there.
You may need to be there.
Yeah, I might need to be there. Yeah, I'm not good with dates. But yeah, so that's what we're here to chat about, I think, what's going on with that. And I don't know, maybe some
all things
fun
Monty
anecdotes.
Python. Yeah. And you are?
I'm Vince Rebus.
Nice to meet you, Vince.
I have the honor of starting the show as the historian, but I also get to play Herbert's father, and the Monty Python fans in the audience will know that scene as the "What the curtains?" or "She's got huge tracts of land." So
already we're pulling in the cues. Thank you. And you are?
I'm Haley.
Haley, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Derek's sister.
Yep.
I'm not in Spam a lot, but I am directing and choreographing Twisted, which is coming up in the fall.
Okay, we're going to get to that in just a second. Is everybody... This room is packed, for those who can't see. It's like wall-to-wall people in here. And hopefully they're all... Are you in Spam a lot?
I'm co-directing.
You're co-direct. Why is he way over here?
Talent in there,
Come over here. Drag that mic up. I have so many questions about Spamalot. I'm so glad you. And your name is?
My name's Asher Clark.
Asher, nice to meet you. And you're co-directing.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Has that been? Well, how has that been?
It's been really good. Our main director, Jewel Finley. She's wonderful. But her and her husband, Jack, went on a cruise for about a week and a half. And I just kind of took up the reins and kept things going while she was gone. And then luckily she came back yesterday, and we were all very grateful because...
Putting the pieces back together?
Yeah. Everyone's rear is definitely more in gear when she's around. Everyone's like, oh, we gotta work on this thing. So...
How big a
really
cast
nice.
is it? It's huge, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
ensemble
big.
itself
It's got to
is
be
huge.
40 people. Yeah.
40 people.
Yeah.
Mother of God, it's like a powerhouse show. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. So now y'all are not going on at the Franklin Opera House, is that correct?
No, not this time around.
Yeah. And so where is it again? Is it?
Hamilton Hall in Tilton.
Is that what kind of a theater or stage is that? Proscenium? Is it thrusted?
It's a proscenium stage.
It is.
It's at the Tilton School. It's their performing arts area.
Okay. Yeah. Are all of you familiar with Monty Python? I know, Vince, you got to be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. Seen Monty Python, The Holy Grail,
My
the
God.
Ministry of Silly Walks.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, yeah.
There is so much. Years and years of watching them. And I might have been in certain conditions not to be mentioned here when I watched it when I was younger. But they're classic. It's classic. And I really wonder how you guys even bother. How can you keep straight faces with most of the stuff going on there?
Many rehearsals.
I was going to say,
Yeah. No
rehearsals usually keeping a straight face is not easy because we know that we're practicing and stuff. They're not doing it for anybody per se. So when something funny happens, I mean, you can't help all the people that are also on the side, like waiting for their scene or something, also laughing.
It has to
be. It's tough, and it's. No matter how many times you watch somebody do the same thing, they'll always try to add something or make it a little bit funnier, do something else, make a different choice, and it's really nice to see, especially with a show like this where it seems like improv is encouraged and necessary for things to kind of keep going.
And you can get away with that kind of stuff in that show.
Oh, definitely. And we have one cast member who laughs at everything, and she gets me to break every time.
The years ago on Dick Van Dyke, Maury was talking about the kind of people that they like to write comedy for, and they called them shoehorn laughers because that person would laugh at anything. And in comes, I forget his name, the tall guy, bald, he was running the station they were at. And Maury turns to him and he says, shoehorn, and he just breaks out laughing, this guy. And we love those people in the audience. We love those people who just laugh at anything, right?
Yep.
All right, so...
We hate to cast her because we want her in the audience.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. So, how long have you guys been rehearsing now?
When did we start? End of May?
Yeah, beginning of June.
Beginning of June, end of May. So
that's a long time.
A couple months.
Yeah, May, June,
month and a
July,
half
going up
right
in
now.
August.
3 rehearsals a week, so it gives us a good amount of rehearsals to start that far back.
What's the biggest challenge you're facing in the show?
I think finding our own way of playing with these little skits here, because obviously if we wanted to, we could go up there and try to do it word for word, same thing with intonation, same thing with beats and everything, and just do the exact movie Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail, the bits that are in the movie. There are some bits that didn't make it. There's no witch burning on the stage version.
What?
Which it's a little upsetting, yes,
no.
but there's plenty in
What
there.
also floats? Wood.
But so you have to kind of make a choice, like whether you want to just recreate the film on the stage or if you want to see what else those bits can do. You know, we're working with multiple generations after the movie came out. We're working with a lot of people. Some people probably haven't seen it, only ever heard of it. So it's we kind of get to make it our own. Like, it's still the same course material, but we get to play around with it and make our own choices. Like, oh, what else would be funny? Because, you know, if it's just on paper, it's hilarious. You know, the Monty Python is really good with their writing. Like, no matter what you do with it, it's going to be funny. So we can figure out exactly how we want to attack that.
Yeah. So it's interesting to be able to put your own spin on some comedies, right?
Yeah, and sometimes we find people like veering into exactly what they did, and it's like, well, let's fluff it out a little bit, see what else like comes from it if we do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, so comedy's just this crazy art. It really is an art. I know it's cliche to say, it's harder than drama. I don't know about that. But it is an art to be able to timing and inflection. And so before we go too far, let's talk a little bit about what it's even about. For folks who know nothing about Spamalot, maybe nothing about Monty Python, somebody give me an overview of what this show is about.
Oh man, I don't even. How do you describe it in a way that makes any sense to anybody? Because it's so out in left field. So it's Monty Python. I mean, if you got a good.
Oh, hang on! You hear that music?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on! Everybody, get their dance shoes out. We gotta take a break. We're gonna dance into a commercial. We're gonna make some money. Woo! Cast from Spamalot is here, and we may get into Twisted in just a little while. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the Titanic-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM. Those are Concord-based on your transistor radios. Break them out. I got 16 transistor 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Yeah, you can go out there and be cool, but don't do it right now. We'll be right back. Mother of God, they shouldn't give us a break around here. We'll never come back. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the Love Boat-like digs of the WKXL studios, where I am your Captain Steubing-like host, Ray Dudley. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios, or your Sony Walkmans if you happen to be one of the rich kids. 101.9 FM for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL because, dude, it's 2024 and you gotta have it, and we do, and it's out there in spades. The cast from Spamalot at the Franklin Footlight Theater Group are in the house. Welcome back, folks. You can say
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. They're beautiful folks, but they're used to TV. What can I say? And we're going to be talking about their next upcoming show, Twisted, in just a little while. Someone please give me the URL where you can get tickets.
You can get tickets at franklinoperahouse.org. So that is franklinoperahouse.org for tickets.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about how it's going. What do you think is the most difficult thing to get across in a show like this? Anybody?
I mean, just trying to make sure all of the jokes do hit, because, I mean, some of them might not necessarily be like deep cuts, but it might be innuendo or something that you have to kind of think to kind of get the punchline of the joke, and making sure that those beats hit, or like looking for a symbol and there's a cymbal crash, taking a second to kind of emphasize the point for like those comedy jokes, because like a lot of it is timing and stuff and having it be more improvised, but making sure that all of the things that need to get across, all those points that people remember from the movie that are going to be probably coming to go see this. And
it's just one nonstop joke pretty much. I mean, Monty Python being what they are.
It's going to be interesting with an audience because like we know where the jokes are. But the timing is going to be interesting because you've got the people who know the jokes, but then you got the people who don't know the jokes, and they're going to take an extra beat to get them too. So
an hour and a half show turns into 3 hours.
Hopefully not, but
tell me about some of the cast members. Do we know? I'm sure you do. The leads. Just throw some names out there.
So we want to go through like principals.
We do.
Talk about maybe our King Arthur a little bit. Dave Bedard.
So here with us today we have Derek D'Souza, who plays Sir Lancelot.
Oh yes,
the homicidally brave Sir Lancelot, who likes to dance a lot. And we have...
You got the moves?
Apparently. I think I find out later in the show that I do, in fact, have the moves.
He is wearing a back brace in the studio, so...
Yeah, we're not dancing at the moment, but it's fine. We'll get there.
Did he hurt himself back dancing?
No.
Breakdancing will do that.
No,
I've torn my back up so many times breakdancing.
I wish it was dancing.
Never happened.
It was not. It was being homicidally brave.
The cast goes to Camelot, and you know what stays in Camelot. What happens in Camelot stays in Camelot.
Yes.
But there are tables and there are nights. So
And they're round.
Yeah,
the tables, not the nights.
so-
Well, maybe some of the nights.
so there's going to be dancing. So.
I might be around. No, it's fine. We're good.
King Arthur is played by David Bedard,
Okay.
who is a math teacher and basketball coach in Franklin. He's been doing shows with Footlight for several years now. I think most recently he was Gomez in The Addams Family, and he was the Beast in Beauty and the Beast
Ooh,
last
some
summer.
lineage there.
So yeah.
Very talented man.
Very
Yeah,
talented.
yeah.
And opposite him as the Lady of the Lake is Melissa Furbish, who was most recently in Footlight's production of Nonsense as Sister Robert Ann. She's
She's done shows.
been in several bands.
Yeah,
as
she's
well.
been. I saw her in. Oh my gosh, Guys and Dolls up in Plymouth at the Flying Monkey.
Yep,
She did that
just
recently.
This past winter was Mazeppa in Gypsy over there. So
Amazing
Very
voice.
talented.
Nice.
Amazing
Incredibly
voice.
talented.
Nice.
When she
Deep
sings,
bench.
when she sings her solos in rehearsal, everybody
Yeah, we all clap.
stop and
it's,
listen.
It's
and
happened
she
every
gets applause
every single time.
Man,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's because every time she's show, it sounds like it's show ready. It's actually it's insane.
What are some of like the best gags you can't wait for people to see? Are we talking like the
Ooh,
coconut?
I think our scene with you being Herbert's father and me coming in to save what I originally believed to be a princess. I think that is I don't want to reveal too much because I do want people to
Thank
come
you.
see it, but
I always love
so
watching
good.
that scene.
Yeah, so good, so good.
How about? Do you still have some more names to give us?
no, I was just gonna answer that last question as well with the scene with not dead Fred when he possibly maybe becomes a little bit more dead. There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
special
yeah.
effect
He's fun.
Derek is responsible for
No.
in that scene. That's
Me?
very well done.
I would never.
How British accents? They can be kind of funky at times. Anybody having issues with that? Are you guys are kind of over it, or
I've had to do British before.
Okay.
For Something Rotten a few years ago with Franklin when I played Shakespeare, which in a play set in England, he's the only one with a British accent because he's very pretentious and tries to be like fancier than everybody else. But no, with this one, like kind of everyone's kind of picked their own British accent. You have the like, oh, British, very Cockney and kind of, grungy sounding. And then you have the people that are talking very proper and they're British talking like this and they're going to Camelot and yes. So it's kind of a wide range. And I feel like as Lancelot, he's kind of dumb. So I've picked more of like a Ringo Starr, like, oh, it's me, Lancelot, I'm here, I'm going to kill some people, oh my gosh,
Dumb,
yes.
just like Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think the English accents have all been okay. People have been having more trouble with the French accents.
Really?
Or the French
Oh, yeah.
talkers.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, that's funny. I would never have guessed that.
Give it your best French, Ray.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, let's hear it.
Talking a big game over there.
Oh, she just threw me under the bus. Dang. No, we have to move on to other things here.
Next segment.
I think we have to talk about Twisted. Yeah. That's coming up. How about some background? Yeah, have you all been working with Franklin Footlight for a long time?
My first show was in 2004.
Oh my God.
And then I took an 8-year hiatus or something. And
You don't look 20 years old.
Thank you. And I've pretty much done about 2 shows a year since.
You have
for the last 10
you're
years.
a lifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the board. I'm a trader. Actually, is everybody know Derek's not?
No, I'm not, but
Everyone else is?
I'm retired.
yeah, he is retired.
But I'm currently the treasurer for Footlight.
Got ya.
Haley and I did our first show with Footlight in 2012, so it's also been 12 years for her and I when I was 11 years old. But yeah, we've been, and I've missed a few, but for the most part, I've done at least the summer show every year. I missed Legally Blonde and Beauty and the Beast, but besides that, I've been there for.
That's quite a record. I mean, when so many groups out there now and people floating around, bumping into, trying different groups to try the chops out and stuff. Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
We constantly find that people who come for the first time talk about what a welcoming group we are. So I think that's that spirit and camaraderie that gets people to come back.
Yeah, that's impressive. How about your backgrounds for acting or?
Oh gosh, just this. Like I joined doing community theater. I did like a couple little kid shows with either like church or like elementary school, but it's only been community theater with Franklin. I was in like a cappella group at Plymouth State when I went there for college, but like besides that, I don't have like formal theater training of any kind. It's just always kind of been for fun.
Sweet. You get the hook. You get the hook early. Vince.
Oh, I started in 19.
I was around back then.
My first role was the Black Knight in first grade. It was hilarious. We had got to the White Knight and the Black Knight fought by walking together, holding swords up, turning around the circle, and going back and sitting down. But we both had like go-go boots on. It was hilarious.
I did not need that picture in my head.
But my first, we did the Scottish play in 5th grade, but in 6th grade I actually got to be the soothsayer in Julius Caesar, so that was pretty cool.
Ooh, a coveted role.
Yeah, but I did high school, I did college, and then I took a long break. I actually got into Footlight because my daughter was in the show, and they needed somebody, and I got to play Snug the Joiner in Midsummer's Night Dream.
Seriously? That's how you got in?
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you guys like best about acting? What thrills you? Why do you stay in it?
I think for me, it's been because, like, me and Haley's mom, like, our mom got us into it.
Yeah.
Like, initially, because she had done theater all through, like, middle school, high school, her college life, her adult life. Like, she's done theater for a long time. So I think just having, like, that, I had, like, my family all start it with me.
Yeah.
And then I kind of grew into this family with everybody with Footlight. So, like, it's not even really the acting anymore. That's, like, why I go. It's just being with all these people that I care about for, forced social interaction for a few months out of the year. See all these people that I don't normally get to see. So I say that's probably, yeah.
I just do it for the awards.
Yeah, right?
Shots fired.
Which I never win, by the way.
So I love the mechanics of acting. I love everything that has to do with the performing art of it. And one of the things I really love is when you're involved, when the show is going very well and you're in control of the audience. Oh, man, really?
And we'll hold that thought.
Put a fork in it right there temporarily. Oh, my gosh. Whew, you are listening to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the Fantasy Island-like gigs of the WKXL studios. Deep in. I am your host, Ray Dudley. So glad to be out of bed today. I'll tell you what. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. 101.9 FM for the beautiful folks in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is the URL. We're talking Footlight. Franklin Footlight, Spamalot. We'll be right back. The Minky. That's the closest I get to a French accent, and that's from Pink Panther. Yeah, I'm standing by it. I swear by it. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the Hollywood Squares-like digs of the WKXL studios. I am taking center square, just like old Paul Lynn used to do. I am your host, Ray Dudley. I'm the guy with the pajamas on today. We are talking to the folks from Franklin Footlight, Spamalot Cast, and please, once again, give me the deets, as the cool kids say.
Absolutely. So Franklin Footlight Theater is putting on Monty Python's Spamalot, August 1 through 4, so coming up in a week and a half. The performances will be on Tilton School's campus in Tilton in the Hamilton Hall building, and tickets are available at franklinoperahouse.org.
Thank you very much. We'll cover that again in Block D. Is everybody having fun there?
Oh, yeah.
How could you not, right? Oh, yeah, I was telling the story. An old man rambling. So there I was, fighting the Civil War. And I was just saying how I love when things are going very, very well in a production and you're controlling the audience. Mm-hmm. You hear them breathing. You are responsible for pretty much when they laugh, when they stop, when they gasp, when they're shocked, when they come out of their seats, because you know what's about to happen, and you know how and you control it. Do you all agree with that? Do you like that? Have you ever experienced it?
When things go well, yes, that's wonderful.
yeah, I was going to say, when things go right. No, I think that,
because this is one of those shows where, yeah, you're in control.
I think there's definitely been shows in the past. I think Disaster was a really good example. We did that back in 2021, where another very like slapstick, funny comedy show could have probably been a Monty Python show, even though it's not. But it feels like that same kind of vibe, and it has like all 70s music, right? It's like 70s greatest
Really?
hits in it. Yeah, it's great. It has 25 or 64 in it.
There
funnily
you
enough.
go.
But
I have no idea what
that
it
show
means, but-
was one of those where like it was a lot of having, that kind of not control, I guess, but like they're like waited with bated breath. Like, what's
Yeah.
the next joke going to be? What's the next gag going to be? What's happening in this scene? Like, what what are they going to do next? But yeah, being fully invested in the show like that is really nice.
I
And
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Some of the gags, are there like certain props that are necessary to accomplish some of the big gags here?
Coconuts.
Yes,
Coconuts.
I was hoping you'd say
the
that.
holy hand grenade is important. That's a big one.
Arthur's helmet.
Arthur's helmet.
Wait, why?
Just because it just fills that image from Monty Python's Arthur from the movie. That giant helmet that like has the crown on it. It looks very heavy. There's chainmail falling down from it onto his shoulders.
Yes.
Looks very regal and very heavy, and it influences the character's movements.
I love it. I love the coconut one. Just cracks me up.
Oh, yeah.
All the other ones I'm thinking
It's
of
such a
give
great
gags away. So like fish,
Yeah.
Oh,
or
man.
shields, or
Excalibur.
so on.
Spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Bunnies.
Can't go there.
Bunnies.
Bunnies, yeah.
Yeah,
One in particular. Yeah.
When people leave, what do you hope you've accomplished? When they are talking about the show when they leave, what do you wish you could hear from them?
Just hope that they had fun like that. I think at the end of the day, the show doesn't take itself seriously, and I don't think people take it seriously enough, right, to go see it and get the tickets.
Yeah.
But like, go in there ready to have fun, because that's what it's going to be. Like, it's a funny show. It's not that serious, but the music is also still phenomenal. Everything is still high quality production level. It's funny. So I want people to be like, that was just a fun night. Like, I had a really good Friday night out going to see a show for
It
a
is
couple
a
of
perfect
hours.
weekend show.
And I don't hope that. I expect that because the rehearsals have been going so well. It's such a great show.
Yeah, you don't want to be let down, right? You don't want to be like, oh, we left it out in the
No, exactly.
in the rehearsal room.
No,
That'd be terrible. That'd be terrible.
I have two hopes for excuse me. I have two hopes for this show. Like, one, I'm hoping that the people that have grown up with Monty Python enjoy the directions we've taken it, and like see like maybe the new ways that we're doing bits and everything. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I never thought of it doing it that way. And they're not like, you didn't do it exactly like this. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's so funny so far. Like, this is one of the rehearsals where like I'm allowed to laugh because I'm usually on stage doing stuff, but since I'm in the director's chair, I get to actually laugh out loud about things. Usually I'm like trying to like stifle a smile or laughter. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. And then my second one is for some of the younger people that are going to be seeing it that maybe didn't grow up with Monty Python, maybe their parents didn't show them, maybe it never made it. I think we could consider Monty Python to be historical comedy at this point. Like, they're from decades and decades ago, and I think they've influenced so much that it would be really cool if they're like, who are these Monty Python people? Maybe I'll look into that and just understand a little bit more about where certain comedies came from. Because if you look back decades and decades, you can see how it's evolved, how it started, and how it's influenced everyone since.
Everyone. Every college student back then. Well, I don't even want to get into what was going on back then. I want to park right there for a second. This is the second time you made reference to not changing gags, but adapting them or reworking them. Can you flesh that out a little bit more? Why would you make that choice as opposed to just leaving it as its original content?
I think it has to do with, like, we're not trying to impersonate or just copy what's on the TV screen when you watch the movie onto the stage. We have certain limitations. We have one stage, so we have to make all the set pieces fit on it at different times, and they all have to fit in the wings. That's one. We don't have changes of location. We don't have, all the people they had. Obviously, every single, the 5 main actors from the movie are in so many scenes as the different characters. We can't do that either. But also, just because we don't want to try to copy and paste it, there's a lot of artistic freedom in trying to flesh out what else is funny about this scene. What else can we focus on? We don't want to just sound like Eric Idle or oh my gosh,
John Cleese.
John Cleese, yes.
But I got another perspective on that
Yeah,
too.
please.
I think, you want it to stay fresh for you, because if it's getting stale for you, then the audience is going to feel that. And I know my delivery for some lines has changed throughout the rehearsal, and it'll still develop more into the show. So I think that's another reason.
So do you guys think you have actually mined or veined like a fresher approach to some of the gags? Or it made it...
I wouldn't say fresh.
Yeah, I don't
Just
because
different.
it's not like we're not changing
Because it's
the
a
source
classic.
content.
Monty
It's like
Python's
yeah,
classic,
I think it's
so-
more of like delivery and maybe accent choice or just little things like that that like
to
are
the
just
accents.
yeah. I know there's always the
The
accents.
minky. That's all I'm giving you for French.
Is that French?
That's pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty similar to our French currently.
What was it last night? Lupin? No, how did he say Lapin?
Arte.
Oh, you weren't there.
Nope.
So do you think? So all you're doing then is just rework. It's the same gags. It's the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I
pretty
mean,
much. It's hard to change.
about a
it.
third of the show is written for the show. It's not just from the movie The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
So there's that difference too.
Yeah, like all the additional musical pieces as well. All have their own sets of jokes that you wouldn't find in the movie.
Well, the Lady of the Lake character isn't in the movie.
Right, exactly,
right.
and she has plenty to do in
Oh,
this
yeah,
one.
a big
So,
role. Well,
Yeah.
not if you listen to her, but
well, yeah, whatever happened to her part.
Did we actually ever? Did you actually give me the full scope of what the?
Oh no, that was after the first commercial break.
Yeah.
Hey, you want the one sentence?
Beep, backing it up.
It's a parody of the Arthurian legend. How's that?
Well, that's a short
That was
synopsis.
better than I was
That's
expecting.
not bad. Yeah.
I said in one sentence.
Oh, they
There's
brought
a
the
king.
smart guy.
We could stretch that if you want.
There's a king. There's knights of a round table. They're going on a quest given to them by God himself, and they get into a lot of mischief and random happenings along the way, and see if they complete their quest.
Does the show have one of those showstopper tunes? The one that like everybody's just
I
like.
would say it has several.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite is the song that goes like this. That's my
Oh
favorite.
gosh. Yeah, that one's good. I like Knights of the Round Table. It's just fun.
How about now? We haven't mentioned many women. We did mention Lady of the Lake, but how?
Everyone's sucking their teeth.
I was gonna say it's kind of the nature of the beast. Yeah,
I
like Monty
know.
Python and the Holy Grail
Ever.
is mostly but ensemble wise, we have plenty of
Dude, your
women in the cast.
ensemble is huge.
Yeah.
I was looking at the website this morning. I'm like, well, I'll go out and see if I can pick some names myself. And there's no way it's a half a page worth of names.
There are a lot of people involved. There are, specifically, there are 8 women who play the Laker Girls.
Yeah.
Who are kind of I would
Great
say,
name,
like
by
the
the way.
featured dancers of the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
They've been putting in a lot of work. I haven't stopped into many rehearsals, but every time I have, like they're dancing circles around everybody else.
Oh yeah, they give it their 100% every run, no matter how many times we do the number. But
The
yeah.
women in the show are absolutely making everyone look good during the dances.
Yeah. Oh, they're pulling it up, huh?
They're the strongest dancers we got.
Hey,
It's too late now. We'll never know their name.
we got one block to go. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the Green Acres Life Digs of the WKXL studios. I am your Mr. Haney-like host, Ray Dudley. You can hear us at 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, 101.9 FM for the gorgeous souls in Manchester. We love you folks down there. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. We've been talking about Spam-A-Lot. When we come back, we might be getting into something different. We'll be right back. God, I love my job. You are listening to NH Unscripted, where we are signed, sealed, and delivered, and I am your Stevie Wonder-like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the Love Boat-like conditions. Said it once before, saying it again, because we just got the love, just throwing it out left and right here. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, 101.9 FM for Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Let me stop right there and say you could go out to NHTalkRadio.com. There's a button where you can listen to this show live and every show that takes place here live just by pressing the live button. Or you can, let's say you wake up 2, 3 in the morning, you're hungover, and you're like, what was that show with that fat old guy? I remember. Oh, yeah. And you go out and find the archives. Yeah. Do that. nhtalkradio.com. That's our URL. We need to get some more detail one more time about Spamalot. Fire away.
All right. Franklin Footlight Theater is presenting Monty Python's Spamalot, August 1 through 4. Tickets are available at franklinoperahouse.org. Performances are at Tilton School's Hamilton Hall on the Tilton School campus.
Perfect, like she's done it before. We are moving on, temporarily at least, to Twisted.
Thank you.
Fire away.
Oh my goodness. So I'm Haley. I talked a little bit earlier about Spamalot, but I wanted to give
You're
the
someone's
guys.
sister, right?
Yeah, I'm Derek's sister.
Huh.
So I am directing and doing choreo for the fall production that Franklin Footlight is doing, and it is Twisted this time around. Twisted, for those who may not know about it, it's kind of a niche show. Parodies the Disney tale of Aladdin, the original 2D version, not the new live action version, but in a nod to the musical Wicked, which I'm sure people have heard of. Mm-hmm. It tells this familiar story, but from Jafar's point of view, and he's actually the good guy in this.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What? How did that? That's Twisted right there.
It's Twisted, so it gives you all of the characters that you know and love, but they're just a little bit different.
Huh.
Or a lot of it.
A lot of it different.
That was you danced on that very finely there. Have you haven't cast it yet, right? Auditions are coming up?
No, auditions are coming up in September. We are having auditions in person on the 10th and 12th of September. Location TBD. But we do have a Facebook event for both nights of auditions. I think if you just search Twisted Franklin Footlight, it should come up.
And if you RSVP to that event, you'll get notified when we do share the actual details.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Age range, is this not for kids?
This is not for kids. So even though it parodies a beloved children's film, this show is for adults. We are looking to cast 18 and older only. We will not have children in this show. There might be adults playing kids here and there for certain scenes, but this is an adult comedy with humor that is not suitable for children.
I see. And you said you're the choreographer as well?
Yes.
What challenges are you going to find in that, you think?
Oh, man.
I know nothing about the show, so...
This will be my first time directing. I've assisted in the past, but this is my first go at being the main lady there for that. Yeah. I've done only one round of choreo in the past. I just did Nonsense in the spring with Franklin Footlight. So this will be a challenge for me because it will be more people. And that's always interesting when you have to work out spacing for dances and, working with different ranges of comfortability with dancing is always challenging as well.
So how many people are in the cast, or how many people do you want to put in the cast?
We're looking for a smaller cast for this one, so we know
not
we have
the 60 that you've got.
No, not the 70.
Yeah, and we've had for our big summer musicals. Traditionally, Footlight has cast between 40 and 60 people for their big summer musicals, but for Twisted, just due to venue constraints and the nature of the content of the show, we are going to be looking for under 20 people for this one.
Okay, and is there something you're looking for particular in some of the characters?
Really just strong comedic acting and...
No French accents.
No, there's no... to my
What's Ahmed?
knowledge,
Ahmed.
there's not really any formal real accents in this show. There's some goofy talking that people can play with if they want to, but, we'll just kind of go day by day and see what we come up with for that.
So this is a musical.
Yes.
Okay, and I hate to be ignorant. I know nothing about the show at all. are there numbers that people would be familiar with?
Yes.
There are.
So, like the...
You want to sing something?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd throw it out there.
No, it's it's a family show. It's
my
a family
French
show.
accent. Yeah.
So it parodies other Disney favorites
It does.
as well.
Oh.
And a few of the songs will sound very familiar to you. A Whole New World, perhaps, from Aladdin.
I love that
The
one.
opening number in Beauty and the Beast gets parodied. And there's a little... the one from The Little Mermaid where she's singing about how she wants to go to the human
Yes.
world. That song gets parodied as well.
You're torturing me.
I know. You'll have to come see it.
Oh, my God. So when is it going to go up?
It is going up at the Elks Lodge in Franklin.
Wait, you're putting it on at the Elks Lodge?
Yes,
Okay, that's
yep.
twisted in and of
It
itself.
is. So the show dates are going to be November 14th through 17th.
Okay. You know how tough it is to empty out an Elks Lodge or all those guys that are in there smoking and drinking?
Well, this is a separate venue space.
I see.
Yeah. There will be a bar. So
I'm all sudden in.
Again, adult show.
Again, please, adult show,
Please
please.
do not bring your kids.
Do not bring your
Funny
kids.
It perked up there all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. That's interesting. Are there any specific qualifications that, as you're casting for this, sometimes you need like an operatic voice for somebody, or sometimes you need somebody with one arm. No, that's not true. But there are sometimes things that you specifically have to have. Are there things that you want people to show up ready to do that?
And so auditions, what
Work with me here,
I'm really looking for at the end of the day is confidence, and for
Okay.
people to come and have a good time, and just give it their best, and that's all you can really ask for as a director, is just everybody putting 100% into it. And we'll go from there.
So is Derek going to have the lead? He's been the lead in the last 9. I'm just reaching here. I'm just, opening it up to the floor.
I'm hoping everybody in this room will come audition.
I'm smelling nepotism. That's what I'm smelling here.
Oh, so you want your mom in the show too?
No, Mom is assistant directing for this one.
I see.
Yeah, I'll audition like everybody else. Everybody's got a fair
Wink, wink,
chance.
wink,
no
wink.
winking. There's no winks.
Sure, as he winks at me.
If anything, he's got less of a chance being.
Yeah, she doesn't like me very much. Like I think we've got it all misconstrued up until this
Wink,
point.
wink.
I'm the younger brother. I don't get the privileges. No.
There's
man.
a lot of family groups that
Of
do
course, there is.
Footlight.
There's the truth right there. There's a lot of family in this show. Oh my God, I don't even know where to go with that. Andrew, how much time we got left? Andrew, how much time we have left, brother?
So we got about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Well, minute and a half if you're not counting the bump music.
Okay, give me the deets again for Spam-A-Lot, and then we want the deets again for Twisted.
All right, Spam-A-Lot is running August 1 through 4 at Tilton School's Hamilton Hall.
Thank
Tickets
you.
are available at franklinoperahouse.org.
Wait, price, do you know the prices of them?
16 to 18.
And how about for us old folks?
Old folks are in the 16
right.
range. And then
Thanks.
if you have a group of 10 or more, so if you buy in a block of tickets of 10 or more, if you have a bunch of Monty Python fans in your life, you get I think it's an additional 10% off.
What? That's cool. Twisted, please.
And then for Twisted, auditions are coming up this September on the 10th and the 12th. Please keep an eye on the Twisted event hosted by Franklin Footlight Theater on Facebook for more information on where to go. And then our show dates are November 14th through 17th.
Perfect. Dude, your Instagram account, by the way, is hysterical.
That's Olivia.
The photos,
Yes, thank you, Olivia.
the
Thank
you,
photos
Olivia.
crack me up, and I'm like, wonder what they're doing right there. I know a lot of what you're doing out there is a lot of... We can't get into it because you don't want any spoilers, but it's so fascinating to see the photos that are coming up from Spam-A-Lot.
Please follow us.
Yes, please follow us.
Behind the
This
scenes
is a
are worth
plug.
it, I promise. Instagram takeover is so fun.
Yeah. Go out to Instagram. Follow those folks. Twisted, not to be confused with Twister. Oh, my God. How does that happen? Oh, my God. Well, got to put a plug in it right there. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the H&R Puffin Stuff High Digs of the WKXL studios. I am your happy to be out of bed host, Ray Dudley. You are listening to us at the 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, 101.9 FM in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. The folks from Franklin Footlight have been in the house talking spam a lot. Go out. Come on, summertime. Go out, enjoy dinner, go see his show. Go see this one especially if you like a good laugh. Spam a lot in Franklin. Tilton. Thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.